Hey guys, it's Laura. In this video, I'm going to talk about a lot of the Herbivore Botanicals products I've used over the last year. Last year, I started becoming more interested in more natural skin products. That's when I stumbled across Herbivore Botanicals, I think on Instagram. So their products don't have synthetic ingredients like dyes, fragrances, or preservatives. And I really like that the ingredients that they use have a specific purpose. And they're also vegan and cruelty-free. Bonus. Everybody's skin is different. Me personally, I have combination skin. Some parts are oily while other parts are a little more dry. So I'm going to give you a rundown of all of the Herbivore products that I own, and then we'll go into my general thoughts for each. Over the last year, I've used the Jasmine Green Tea Balancing Toner. There are 3 facial oils, the Orchid, Lapis, and Pheonix. Prism Exfoliating Glow Potion. Both Emerald Deep Moisture Glow Oils. One has CBD, one just has hemp oil. We'll get into this later. The Blue Tansy Resurfacing Clarity Mask. The Brighten Pineapple and Gemstone Mask. The Jasmine Body Oil. The Jasmine Hair Perfume Mist. And the Amethyst Exfoliating Body Polish. Yeah, I'm obviously a fan of their products, but there are some that I like more than others. And by no means am I anywhere close to being a skincare expert. I just want to share my experience. Let's start with the toner. I'm a huge fan of this toner, and it's something that I use on a daily basis. I like that it's a spray and it comes out as a nice mist rather than spraying you in the face with a ton of liquid. It feels really cool and moisturizing on the skin, but without being sticky. Highly, highly recommend. Next up are the 3 facial oils, Orchid, Lapis, and Pheonix. In general, I really like all 3 of these oils. But if I had to rank them, I would say number 1 is the Lapis, number 2 is Orchid, and number 3 is Pheonix. The biggest reason that Pheonix ranks the lowest for me is mainly because this isn't something that I would use on a daily basis. It's super, super hydrating, but it's a little heavier, in my opinion, than the other 2 oils. I really like using the Pheonix Facial Oil in the winter or after I've come out of a chlorinated pool. Basically when my skin feels more dry than it normally would. But living in Houston where it's normally pretty hot and humid, especially during the summer months, I've found this oil to be a little too heavy to use on a daily basis. And I have noticed that using the Pheonix oil leaves my skin looking a little oily after use. It's really not that bad, but I do notice. The Orchid oil feels the lightest of the 3 in my personal opinion. I love using this oil on a daily basis, but hands down my favorite thing about this oil is the smell. It smells incredible. And it almost smells like a blend of orchid and jasmine. And because it's so light, I feel like this oil does a really good job of not leaving my face looking super oily after use. So I feel like the Lapis oil is the happy medium. It feels slightly heavier than the Orchid oil, but not as intense and hydrating as the Pheonix. And the Lapis oil does not leave my skin looking oily. My favorite thing about this oil is that I've found it helps reduce redness. And I think it's worth mentioning that I did try out the Pacifica Blue Tansy Facial Oil, and that seems to be pretty similar to the Lapis. However, I've found that the Pacifica one leaves my face looking super oily, and it doesn't absorb into my skin that well. Because Lapis really feels like that happy medium oil and it reduces redness, I feel like that's the best bang for your buck. Again, everybody's skin is different. This is what I found works for me. I personally really like the mini size because it's easy to travel with and I travel for work every week. Alright, let's move on to the Prism Glow Potion. The biggest thing that I've noticed, and I've seen a lot of this online, is that the color of this product changed completely from when I first got it. So it went from a completely pure, colorless glow potion to this dark amber color. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's even said on the website to expect that to happen over time. So while Herbivore aimed for this product to exfoliate, hydrate, and even the appearance of skin tone, I honestly haven't noticed any difference. I've also heard that the Prism Glow Potion can be a little intense for people who have sensitive skin. I personally didn't experience this, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. This is a pricey product. I'm probably not going to purchase it again. And I personally think that one of the Emerald oils would be a better use of money. Speaking of which, so I have both Emerald products. One has just hemp seed oil and the other has CBD. So the CBD one contains 100 milligrams of CBD in it. Although it's full spectrum, which is a good thing, I don't think there's been enough research done on the topical effects of CBD. And I'm wondering if only 100 milligrams of CBD in the entire bottle is enough to really reap any benefits. The one with the CBD also has a super strong smell. It smells like weed. I personally hate the smell, and it's definitely taken some time for me to get used to it and to just suck it up when I use it. So the other emerald oil, the one that doesn't have CBD, doesn't nearly have as strong of a smell. It smells more earthy and it's not overpowering. The CBD one is, in my opinion. And you'll also notice that it's a lighter shade of green. I found both of these to be great for regular use. But I do find myself using the CBD one more if I have more redness than usual or my skin is irritated. Granted, this might be psychological. And I will say that using the CBD emerald oil seems to help in that particular case. Okay, let's move on to the masks. I like both the Blue Tansy and the Brighten mask, and I feel like each mask does what they claim to do. My skin looks and feels brighter when I use the Brighten mask. Shocker. It has tiny little Brazilian white tourmaline gemstones crushed up into this mask. And honestly, I think that's pretty cool. These little gemstones tend to sink to the bottom, so you have to make sure that you mix the mask really well before you use it. I feel like the Blue Tansy mask goes really well with the Lapis Facial Oil, mainly because they both have Blue Tansy in them. I have experienced a tiny bit of tingling when using this mask, but it's really not bothersome at all. I found this mask to be really helpful when I experience a breakout or my skin is just super grumpy, irritated, red. It helps calm it down. Alright, next up is the Jasmine Body Oil. This stuff smells so good. This stuff is super feminine and floral, but it's not super overpowering. And honestly, part of why I like using it is just because it smells so good. I feel like this is a bit of a splurge, mainly because you could find other cheaper body oils out there. But I personally think it's worth it because it smells so darn good. And I've found that this oil absorbs into my skin pretty well. And while we're talking about jasmine, the jasmine hair mist is also another splurge item. Let's face it, if you don't wash your hair every day and you get a few sweaty workouts in, your hair might need some help in the scent department. This stuff is light and fragrant and doesn't leave my hair feeling sticky. Next up is the Amethyst Exfoliating Body Polish. This is definitely something I would also consider a splurge item. So amethyst is my birthstone, so I naturally had to try it out. And it's got actual crushed up amethyst in the product, definitely helps with exfoliating. And overall, it's a great scrub. I do enjoy using it, it smells really great, but I don't feel that it's necessary. I think this is a great body scrub, but honestly, I think there are cheaper products of equal quality out there. Alright, we made it through everything, and I want to give you my top 3 picks. I would have to say the toner, the Lapis Facial Oil, and the Emerald Deep Moisture Glow Oil with CBD. I do want to reiterate that I still think that there's a lot of CBD research that still needs to be done, but I have found that this product does work well with my skin, and it really does help my skin calm down. So I'd be really curious to hear what you guys think of their products. Have you tried any? What are your favorites? What are your least favorites? Let me know in the comments down below. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys!